up again later. So here's a couple. Web business models, advertising, right? That's a most common business model you're going to see on the internet. So we're looking at digital business models, web business models primarily today. Advertising is a big one. So on the left, you see a screenshot. It's kind of a cut up from Facebook. And you can tell I'm a Manchester United fan up here since the score shows up. But here's a sponsored ad. There's a sponsored post. That's how they make money, right? When people click on the Hoka One One ad right here, they are paying Facebook for people, the privilege of people visiting your website after they click on it, right? So that's primarily how Facebook makes money. I give them a lot of my money because the advertising works really well. We're going to go over part of that later in the course. Here's Yelp, right, where that's an advertising model as well, right? They do ads, they say it's an ad, they primarily do advertisements for restaurants, and but also other small businesses. But I kind of call them an intermediary model too, because they're taking publicly available data of restaurants and businesses, and you do claim you're a business, right? But they're an intermediary of sorts because they have an app. And because when you're in San Luis Obispo and you don't know where to have lunch, you open up Yelp, right? And you see what might have a lot of stars and be close by. So it's an interesting model. They seem to be doing really well. I mean, my gosh, I pay them for my business $90 a month to make sure that my competitors don't show up on my profile, right? And I've tried ads there and it hasn't worked for my business, but I think it works well for restaurants. But anyway, that's an intermediary model, but it's still got advertising in it. I call that kind of a hybrid. The merchant model is best seen in Amazon, right? Where Amazon is like a brick and mortar store on the internet. They sell everything, right? You can get just about anything you want there. And they hold inventory and get it out to you. So they're kind of like a merchant model. The manufacturer model I have there is thought of like Sonos, right? Where they both sell and manufacture the audio units that they send out. Now they might sell these audio units on Amazon as well, or have them available at Best Buy, but they also sell it. But I call that this part of, or this channel is a manufacturing model as well, because it's their website. These are up to interpretation, by the way. And one of the assignment I have for a couple of weeks from now is to show some examples of web business models that you run across in the next week or so. And because all of us are buying things online right now, you can probably take screenshots when you're, when you think about it, like, oh, I'm going to buy something, I'll take some screenshots if you don't mind sharing it, or make up one and just show what a business does. And especially if it's a little bit different. Other ideas, an affiliate model, right? So an affiliate model is, I am a content creator and I have a YouTube channel and I have a blog. And I do blog, my blog is on cooking. And what I do is I strike a deal with either Amazon or Calphalon, and I have a special link for Calphalon pans that will go to Amazon, and when people buy them, I get a kickback, right? Because that link had a little snippet of code with it that would allow me to get credit if someone bought it, right? So, and you guys could do this today. So let me show you if any of you are super entrepreneurial and want to try. If I go, now you guys know what I buy on Amazon, by the way. I'm getting a VW in a couple months. I'm buying the new electric VW. I'm really excited. If you go down here, there is a section somewhere, there's sell on Amazon, but there is a affiliate program somewhere, and I haven't seen it in a while, but it's in here. You can find it somewhere. You can, one of you may have found it already, but there's an affiliate program that they do that if you are a content creator, it's probably a good idea to do that, because when you refer to that Calphalon pan you used when you made the omelet that you're showing in the video that you've got, you can put a link on it, and then people would go and buy it, and you can make a buck, right? So that's one way to make money on the web. Nextdoor, I don't know if any of you are on Nextdoor. It tends to be like folks that are homeowners and are interested in what's going on in their neighborhood, like where's that lost dog, or why is SoCal Edison got their trucks out on my street. It's a very hyper local neighborhood based website that's like social media. And I call them a community model. They make money from advertising just like Facebook, but it's more tied into the community. So I'm calling it that. And it's an interesting model because they also make money not just from advertising, but from sponsored ads. And I know they have partnerships with Santa Barbara Police actually. So it's interesting. I don't think they make money from them, but I wonder what goes on there. It's an interesting way to do business. And so that's why I listed it as that. GoToMeeting is a subscription model. I talked about that a little earlier, right? Where you pay $9.99 a month. And the subscription model here is fascinating because it's not so much these days, but usually you do a 30-day free trial. You've given them your credit card, and sometimes it's not that you give them your credit card. But what's fascinating to me is when you give a company your credit card, you get your 30-day free trial. And if you don't say no, they charge you, right? And GoToMeeting benefits, they have great service, they do wonderful, but these monthly subscriptions, if you don't use it, you're still paying, right? So you're not using their resources, but you're paying them. And that's a interesting model because for them, it might only take a couple thousand subscriptions to pay the bills. But if they have 10,000 people signed up, you're making profit every month really easily. So it's a fascinating model for that reason. And then finally, I think this is the last one, is utility. And I look at GoDaddy as like an internet utility, right? Where they offer domains, domain hosting, marketing, all sorts of things, and even email. And they make money because you're paying them that monthly or annual fee. And again, it's a hybrid of a subscription model, but I almost call them an internet utility. So it's fascinating to me to take a look at the different kind of web models. And here's the wrap up of what kind of business models that I see available, but there are probably dozens more. And that's what that first assignment is going to be about.